Today I have a bike here that I'm mainly just the caretaker of. It's not really my bike. It's kind of a family heirloom, and its name is 𝗪𝗵. Bob Eisenberg, who built this bike back in the 60s, when people ask him what year it is, he claims all of them. Because the frame's a 1950, the motor's a 69 shovel, the transmission's a 1938 transmission with a tank shift, 4-speed tank shift. Pretty sure the fenders are 47, and the front one's custom and dovetailed, just like the stock rear fender was dovetailed, and then he had that one cut down a little bit. Yeah, I was on the cover of Biker magazine back in December 1995. They did a whole spread on it, and it's such a unique bike, and it's a really cool bike. Bob did a great job putting it together and finding all the parts for it. But probably the most interesting thing about it is Bob traded 3 pounds of what he called herb or pot for the original bike. So that's how he ended up with the bike and started building it. The guy that he traded it to had a bike shop down there, a custom bike shop, and he was building bikes. Well, they smoked all the herb. Year or two went by, Bob still didn't have his bike, so the guy actually had to take the motor out of the 69 shovel out of his bike and put it into Bob's bike to finish 𝗪𝗵. There's a lot of bikes out there that are custom and really cool bikes and some really neat stuff, but somebody who really knows what they're looking at will come and look at this and understand it's a amalgamation of a lot of different years and a lot of different parts. I enjoy this bike tremendously because when you sit and look at the detail that went into building this bike, the paint is all hand painted. It's very special paint. All the pinstriping's painted. The logo is modeled after one of the old Harley logos, and it's starting to come off, but I marvel at how they put this thing together and what they did to put it together. It's just a neat bike, and I'm proud to be a part of the history of this bike. Actually, the funniest part was having dirt bikes and more newer bikes my whole life. It kind of startled me when it sat for 2 years and we went to go get it fired up. Bob was here visiting. We kicked it, checked everything, kicked it over and got it to start, and then it died off, and then all of a sudden it pissed all over the floor. It must have pissed half a quart of oil out onto the floor. I thought, well, we're gonna have to tear the whole motor apart, but he just kind of laughed at me and said, that's what Harleys do. They sit around for a while and they build up, all the oil goes down to the bottom, and when you start them up, they piss on the floor. When Backfire Station contacted me to bring it down and put it on display here, obviously I was very proud of the fact that they wanted to have this bike down here. Probably the neatest part was when I was down here and a couple of older guys rolled in on their Harleys. It was sitting out front on display, and it was like moths to a flame. And they went straight to that bike and wanted to talk about it and know all about it. This thing sits in my shop most of the time, so it doesn't get out a lot. So for it to be out somewhere like this and for people to see it and enjoy it, that means a lot.